Hello, this is Rhonda Grace, and let's jump into it. We're going to talk today about respect and how that has changed over the years. And I'm out in a little tiny park. And the park just consists of this and a couple of benches, and there's nobody here because it's raining outside and I'm underneath of a tree, but it's still drippy. So back in the day, when I was growing up, my mom and other adults and my dad taught us kids that we needed to respect people's property, respect people's place and personal property. And what that kind of looked like, since it differs today, what that looked like when I was growing up is that when we were in town, we did not walk across someone's front yard or climb over their fence and walk across their backyard or any of those kind of things, because that was bad manners back then. And we just did not do those things because that was being disrespectful. Now, this does not mean that I was a perfect child, because kids will do kids and kids misbehave or do the wrong things sometimes. But through the mistakes I made, I actually learned some very valuable life lessons as a child growing up and learning about respect and what that really means. Now, today I see that respect has changed. Adults as well as young people growing up are not getting taught what respect really means. In fact, pretty much you can do whatever you want to as long as you don't get caught or called out. Respect these days doesn't really hold a whole lot of weight unless you happen to be doing something that someone else disagrees about, versus saying using the wrong pronouns or using the wrong verbiage. There's a lot of policing of people's speech nowadays, which crosses the boundary of respect and of boundary. There comes a time when enough is enough, but people nowadays don't look at respect the same way. They only think about respect as if someone else does something or says something they disagree with. And that isn't really what respect means. Now, if I say certain words that were okay when I was growing up, then people want to police that and say, no, you need to change what you're saying. That means something bad. Okay, now, when I was growing up, the word dope meant like you were stupid or dumb, okay? So it was a bad word. It was a derogatory word. Now it means like, hey, that's really cool, that's really great, that's awesome, that, oh, that's really dope. Nowadays means something completely different than what it did when I was growing up. So words change their meanings. There's new words that are being developed that younger people create and use, and then they kind of expect us adults to like catch on really quick. And we don't always catch on really quick. And so I think that younger people that have certain terminologies need to have a little patience with us older folk, and because back in the day, things were different. And it doesn't mean we don't want to learn. It doesn't mean we're disrespecting you as younger people. It just means that sometimes we just don't know. And if you're kind to us, we will learn much better. But if you're mean and try to be mean to us about what pronouns to use, then you're not going to get as far. Actually, if I use the wrong pronouns by mistake because it doesn't click in my brain to use, it doesn't make sense. It's not because I'm trying to be disrespectful for anyone. It just means sometimes I just don't know. I didn't grow up in that era. So be patient.